so strong, girl. I can feel you slipping away.
Hey, what's good? What up, y'all? Hi, Mom. What's good, Eli? What's up, everybody? What's good? What's good? How's everybody doing, man? Welcome in. Oh, yeah, we're gonna let this rock out for a little bit. We vibing. How's everybody? Merry Christmas, y'all. Yes, sirski. Tell me no how you want. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I hope everybody had a great time with family. What is happening? I hope everyone had a great time with family, with friends, whoever you were spending time with. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Merry Christmas, Eli. Jokic is him for real, no doubt. What's good? Everybody had a good time watching some basketball, some NBA basketball over Christmas, man. I'm sure I did. I know I did. Had a blast, man. Yes, sir. All right, man. Welcome back to another episode of the Jayson Estrera podcast, where we talk about basketball as accurate as possible. Now, today, we have our Christmas recap episode where we recap everything that happened over the NBA Christmas Day. This is a holiday that we've always dominated as a sport, right? Football has Thanksgiving. And we have Christmas. And honestly, it's been such a great tradition. It's something I've always known with my dad. We just watch basketball all day long Christmas, and it's never changed, and it's never going to change. And it is so much fun. We got treated with some great games yesterday, and we're gonna get into all of it. We're gonna get into all of that. We'll save my New York Knicks for just a little bit. We'll save Jokic for a little bit. We'll save the Wemby, SGA, Wemby chat, whoever you want to call that rivalry between. We'll save that for a little bit. I think, personally, I think a great place to start would be the Warriors Mavericks game. But honestly, before we even get into that, how's everybody been, man? How's everybody's Christmas? Did everybody get what they were looking for, get what they kind of wanted? Like, what was the vibe like for Christmas, man? Everybody had a good time? Man? I hope everybody had a great time for Christmas, man. This is always the best time of the year. My favorite holiday. I don't know about you guys. 100% my favorite holiday. For sure. Yeah, I love Christmas. Great time of the year. We got to just kick back yesterday. Just chill, build some Legos, build a Gundam. We was just chilling yesterday, so that was a great time. What the fuck happened to this? Like what? I already had this. Like, what? I'm so confused. Did something happen to YouTube? Like, why did all of this just reset? I had everything ready already. What the fuck? I don't get that. Let me see here. All right, I think we'll start. Sorry, we're just trying to deal with getting this situated right here. We'll go video for video. So, speaking of Christmas, right? And very rare on the week of Christmas do you have an eventful week for any reason outside of Christmas itself, right? But this guy, Draymond Green, managed to have an extremely eventful week. And it had nothing to do with Christmas. So let's take a look into Draymond Green's week, and we'll get into it.
From a great defensive possession. Yeah, you're getting backdoored here, kind of. Gillespie's moving, and Podziemski had to peel off, but you got Draymond, the enforcer, back there. He's screaming at Colin Gillespie, and Steph is able to get up the court, get that handoff, and show that lightning-quick release.
You got a technical on Draymond, and he's been thrown out of the game. Oh. Now, what's he's upset about is Goodwin cracked into Steph after missing the shot. This is from the other night in Phoenix, where Dylan Brooks hit Steph in the stomach for no reason and received a flagrant foul. And Draymond's just a little tired of the Suns whacking Curry when he's done shooting a three.
So,
a foul on it.
Draymond gets ejected. And then he proceeded to have a screaming match with his head coach, Steve Kerr. Draymond needs to be suspended indefinitely. That's too far. What's good, Elijah? Merry Christmas, dog. Merry Christmas, bro.
Draymond, what happened and why did you leave the bench?
Temper spilled over, and I just thought it was best that I got out of there. I don't think there was a situation where it was going to get better. So it was just best to remove myself, That's it.
What caused the argument?
Basketball. It's what we do. We play basketball. It's an emotional game. People lose their emotions. Sometimes it happens. It is what it is. We've been at this now for a long time,
5-month suspension has said, hey, grandma to come back. He's trying to play mature. Well, I could tell you who's not mature is, where is this Jimmy Butler response? Where is this Jimmy response?
We streaking. I don't know. I think we're guarding somewhere in the middle.
Draymond, Steve thing the other night, the apology at practice.
For so long, y'all gonna have arguments. It ain't gonna.
Hope y'all can hear this.
It ain't gonna be quiet all the time. Like it's okay. You got two fierce competitors that have won it together and that want to continually win. We know what it is. And if you're looking at me, I'm just looking up. Like, all right, I expect that to happen. That's okay. We move on from her.
Did you learn anything about how they handle those type of situations? Being, kind of this is maybe the first.
I like that. Y'all yell at each other. Turn me on a little bit. I'm not gonna be loud. I like that. I like the confrontation. It's good for us.
But he trying to not laugh. So, Jimmy is a little bit turned on by Draymond Green and Steve Kerr yelling at each other, wanting to win on the bench. The best thing to do is to be mature, apologize, and shut up. Jimmy Wildin too, but hey, this is my take, right? Because I've watched a couple programs where they talk about Draymond Green being a mature adult for removing himself from that situation. And I couldn't disagree more. I could not disagree more that your head coach pissed you off so much that you had to leave the situation. You left your team. He didn't come back. He just left. And The reason I don't think that's the mature thing to do is because this is different from the Jordan Poole Draymond situation, where those are peers that are going at it in a competitive space, right? The shit talk, the banter, all of that stuff. It's a gray area. This is a player versus a coach in the middle of a game. In the middle of a game. Yeah, Steve Kerr could have said something that maybe one could have thought was disrespectful. I don't think it was "you're an expensive backpack." I don't think it was "you're a bitch." Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not what I think was said in that huddle. And so you were that mad at your coach that you won 4 championships with? You were mad to the point where you had to excuse yourself? You couldn't sit there and shut the fuck up like an adult? You get yelled at and your response is to leave and go to your room like a child. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I thought it was weird. I thought it was odd. It was a very weird thing, and to try to hide behind the, oh, I was being an adult, I was being mature, excusing myself from the situation. I'm sorry, but that doesn't apply here. That's not where that applies. It just doesn't apply to this scenario. You are being a baby, and that's just what it is. Dang, you have late night shows now. Yeah, Bruce, we've been doing these late nights. I've been liking the vibe with them. What's good, Bruce? This is the end for the Drain Warriors, or at least it should be the stick on the denial stage. Draymond is a big baby. Warriors allow him to have tantrums and go and do stupid stuff because of Curry, plain and simple. This is why I say coaches should wear suits. They need to separate from player be, what is LAD, more, and be elevated. Now Draymond think bigger than the program. You damn right, Jason. There's no reason for him to be in my team if I'm the owner. Do not even fined or suspended. Just horrible. Baby Dre. I agree with everything y'all are saying, man. He's being, and we've talked about this before, right? I really think Steve Kerr is at fault for this. Draymond is at fault for this. And more importantly, the one that never gets called out is the organization. Right? At no point in time during Draymond Green's tenure, and we've talked about this timeline, it feels like hundreds of times on this channel. The Kevin Durant situation, the Jordan Poole situation. I truly don't think any of those situations were handled correctly, and were handled in a way that where things could be fixed. Right? At some point, you keep choosing Draymond in those situations. It sends a message. It sends a message. And then you have a Steph Curry who's always just been quiet, who's always never said anything. He's never said anything before. I don't expect him to say anything now. It's just never been in his character. It's never been his MO. So it has to come from somewhere else. And I think that this organization has let Draymond Green be the big baby that he is, and he continues to do so. He is not that good, and the team is worse when he plays. Excuse me. Coaches should be paid more than players and wear suits is what I was saying. Wait, hold on. The main culprit is Curry. He allows Green to do stupid-ish. He acts like he is scared of him. I will say, Bruce, that's something I've never actually, maybe I've thought it in passing, but I think you are right. Where at some point during all of this, right, and I think even Steph has talked about gaining his voice. At some point in the middle of all this, I feel like Steph Curry needed to step up in the media and let it be known to Draymond that he was hurting the team more than he was helping. Right? I think something like that might have really hit home, and not in the typical Steph Curry tone when he's there talking about, oh, you know, we need him on the floor. He's an enforcer. He's this. I think at some point he really genuinely needed to say he hurts us when he does X, Y, and Z. And maybe that might have done something different, but I at the same time, this is all seriousness. That is a grown-ass man in Draymond Green. That is a grown-ass man with kids. And I feel like there comes a time where we can't keep putting the blame on other people for someone's inability to make a change in themselves and in their life, right? And I think that's what this is. Draymond Green has just never grown up. He's never matured and really looked at the things that he's done and taken real accountability for it. He does like the bullshit. He'll go on his podcast, oh yeah, you know, I was wrong for that, da da da. But he never actually takes accountability. He just says what people want to hear. And then goes and does something else the very next day. Right? That's kind of been his thing. It's like this fake mature bullshit. And I say all this even though I really am a big fan of Draymond Green's game, especially back then. But this stuff's got to stop. I'm over this stuff. It's got to stop. Steph, Clay, and Steve all encourage and use Dre as a tool mouthpiece. He's not scared. Steph wanted to say things, but let Dre say it for him. Yeah, but but there is a point too, right, where you got to let your boy know when they hurting you, right? And I think this is one of those situations. And mind you, we've done all this talking about Draymond Green, and this is before the Christmas game. We did all this talking. Had nothing to do with the Christmas game against the Dallas Mavericks, where Cooper Flagg made his Christmas Day debut. And the Golden State Warriors ended up taking the victory 126-116. Anthony Davis left the game early with a leg injury, an apparent leg injury. More on that one. But, you know, when you look at this Golden State Warriors team, this game is an anomaly. 23 from Steph, 12 from Moody, 14 from Jimmy, 13 from Pods, 10 from Trace Jackson Jr., 16 from DeAnthony Melton, 14 from Al Horford. This game is an anomaly where the Warriors typically don't get that type of production from the rest of these guys, right? Like, you pick any other random night, any given night, they don't get that extra 10 points, and they actually lose a game like this to the fucking Dallas Mavericks, who are not a good basketball team. That's point blank, period. This is not a good basketball team. And I can't believe that this is a Christmas game. Maybe it was they're trying to pass the torch from Steph to Cooper Flagg, which maybe says a lot about what they think about Steph Curry in terms of the NBA, that maybe Steph really has kind of been the face of in recent memory. But what a lame ass game to have on Christmas Day. But what a week that Draymond's had leading up to it, right? What a week Draymond's had to lead up to it. I still don't think that this Golden State Warriors team is very good. I don't think they're gonna change. They're gonna make a leap or make a shift. They would have to blow up this roster. And it's funny because when you look at the starting lineup, right? The starting lineup for this game was Steph, Moody, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Quentin Post. And it just, like, seeing it on screen just looked crazy to me. It just looked crazy to me. I'm a Warriors fan, but I can't stand Draymond. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know about how you feel about this, Bruce, but I feel like this year for you guys has been chalk from the beginning. And it started from the way that they handled the Kuminga situation. And it's all, in my opinion, kind of just snowballed into what we're seeing right now. Right? Because now Draymond is a headache. No one ever asks Draymond for more out of Draymond, right? You never see the Warriors struggling and people are like, we need more out of Draymond. Like, we need Draymond to go get 14, 15 a night with 10 rebounds. Like, that's never the conversation. And if you're not using one of your young athletes, this becomes a very simple math equation where you're simply not getting enough production out of players, and you have someone that potentially could, and they're just sitting at the end of your bench because he's been in the doghouse for the last 3 years. And instead of getting off of that player and trying to go a different direction, you're still here in the same spot. And this is where this organization has failed this team in a big way, because the way they've handled signings, trades, it's all been terrible. And I've said it before. Their championship run, right? That was built off of an accident. And that accident was Steph Curry's ankles. The fact that Steph Curry was playing at an MVP level and was making like 12, 13, 14 million dollars a year is what even gave them the ability to sign Kevin Durant. So if it wasn't for that and Steph had signed a max contract, they wouldn't have gotten Kevin Durant. And this whole simulation might have been totally different. The Warriors kind of got blessed that Steph had them janky-ass ankles to start his career and then picked it up to an MVP level. But their ability to sign and trade players has been a little suspect. Warriors can win if they stop turning the ball over. Kuminga plays and Draymond is benched. They're traded. The point of attack defense is trash. Will Richards is good and Kerr plays him too little. I just feel like there's just so many question marks and what ifs on this team, and they're looking for their players to be just like players that they had in the past, and they just don't have the same type of personnel. At this point, they would have been better off sticking with Klay Thompson. They would have been better off sticking with Klay Thompson, having like Steph, Klay, and Jimmy Butler. To me, just looks so much better, but maybe I'm just faded for that. Kerr plays way too much small ball, needs to play bigs. Warriors can surprise like 2022, but turnovers. Draymond starting and small ball are in the way. I feel like they just don't have enough talent, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some good players on this team. There's some talent, but I don't like the collection of talent, and I just don't think they have enough. When you start going up against some of these big dogs that are putting out like we're gonna get to like the Nuggets, for example. You have 80 between those two players. That's not including their assists. Right? You got two guys in LA, and I'm not even a fan of calling the Lakers title contenders, but you got two guys that are getting damn near 70 together, plus the 8-9 assists of Luka, plus the 6-7 assists of Austin Reeves. I mean, they're just, the output between the star players of the Warriors is just simply not enough. And we saw it last year. This offense by committee is just not going to get the job done. It's just not going to get the job done. Not Klay lost so many steps, and his offense is not good anymore. He scores better off the court than on the court these days. Yeah, but I mean, he still averages more than Podziemski. I mean, I don't know about this year actually. Maybe last year for sure. Last year for sure he did. But this year he's averaging less than Podziemski, but he's also averaging less minutes. And he's shooting a much lower clip. Warriors destroyed the Lakers this season already, and the Spurs 2 back-to-back. I don't have faith in this team the same way I had no faith in them last year. I wish y'all luck though. I fuck with Steph Curry heavy. I think the NBA is better when Steph Curry is going deep in the playoffs, but this season's just a wrap in my opinion. I think this is over. So that's a pretty good start to our Christmas recap. Now, I think we just go right along and move into the Houston Rockets LA Lakers game, because the Lakers lost this one pretty badly. 96 to 119 was the final. And I got to admit, man, y'all know I don't think the Lakers are a contender. I think Luka's phenomenal. I think Austin Reeves has been great. But I just don't think they have enough. Ironically, I feel like the bigs that the Lakers need, they at least need one out of Dallas, right? That was kind of the team that was created for Luka to be successful. And the bottom line for this Lakers team is they play no defense. That's the bottom line. They play no defense. These guys have zero defense. Sometimes it feels like they're not aware. There's three liabilities on the defensive end for the Lakers. You have Luka, which is obviously the big name, Austin Reeves, and at this point LeBron is also a liability on defense. And if you're a Lakers fan and you for some reason thought you were getting a defensive anchor in DeAndre Ayton, that's just not the case, right? They need fucking prime Dwight Howard on this team to fix any type of problems that they have. Prime Dwight Howard would probably fix all issues that this Lakers team has, but they don't have that, and he's not suiting up or coming through that door. So I think this is a Lakers team that's essentially banking on their offense to win them games. And I think it's pissing off JJ Redick.
Something in within 48 seconds, it goes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how I feel to like say this about it. We had it. This is. I always say this about culture. I always say this about team being a good team being a functioning organism. It can change like that. We don't have it right now.
JJ, and as you talk ones, how do you improve on these things when you can't practice enough?
Oh, we practice them all the time. It's not. Again, it goes back to what I said the other night. It's a matter of making the choice, and too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice, and it's pretty consistent who those guys are. And so Saturday's practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable. The meeting is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not doing another 53 games like this.
Damn, that was spicy. Classic. What's good, twin? What's good, twin? Your name Jason too. That's fire. What's good, bro? What's good? What's good, twin? How you doing? How you doing? What you thought of this Lakers game, man? This was the battle of the two old heads. We had Bron versus Kevin Durant. And what we got was a pissed off JJ Redick. And I guess for me, on if you're a Lakers fan, this is a positive, right? This is a positive in the sense of they were the second team, and now they're the third team, and now they're the fourth at 19-10. The Lakers are, and you have JJ Redick, who's that upset. I think that's a positive thing, right? Because at the end of the day, you want your coach to hold your players accountable. And this seems like something that they've spoken about on multiple occasions. The way he responded to that, this is not a one-off thing. This is something that they have been talking about 4 months. Jason versus Elijah Ray's first to 5. What is first to 5? What do you mean? First to 5 people named that? But to me, the fact that his name is also spelled with a Y is the part that's elite, bro. That part is elite. But you gotta love that type of passion out of your coach. You gotta love your coach holding your players accountable, especially the people who have their criticisms about Luka, right? Because I mean, he could try to tiptoe around the names, excuse me, but we know who he's talking about. I don't think it's a secret. And I swear to God, I swear to God, if he is not talking about Luka, my God, we would have some problems. 2-on-2, the Eli's would whoop y'all on God. Whoa. I'll bust y'all ass on one leg. Yo, you know what's mad funny? You know what's mad funny when we were snowboarding, and I damn near popped my fucking leg off, and I thought I was thinking the absolute worst injuries. But anyway, as that happened, I'm like limping back, you know, because we left and everything, and I'm looking at all these people. I'm like, maybe winter sports just aren't for me, right? That was the thought. That was the initial thought that was in my head. But then after, I'm like, yeah, all y'all can snowboard, but none of y'all can guard me, though. What's the thought that I had in my head? Yeah, all that snowboarding shit, cool. You can't guard me on land. But Jason's cannot hang. We would do them so bad. Listen, brother, the fundies is winning. We got fundies over here, bro. We got fundies over here. But it was just absolutely awful if you are the Los Angeles Lakers. And really, the biggest sign to it is having Amen Thompson score 26 points on 12 of 19 shooting. This guy cannot shoot a jumper to save his life and was getting to the rim at will. It's actually kind of absurd how little resistance they were giving to him. And it's something as simple as this, man. Like, he's coming off this pick and roll. Like, if you're Luka, you have to know that he could potentially cross or tween back to the left. But what is this? Like, what is this defense? Hands not out. You just allow him to go behind the back and get all the way to the rim with no help, mind you, with no help at that, right? Let Sengun shoot a motherfucking 3, have Jake LaRavia split the 2 because they're so close anyway. Like, DeAndre ain't, get down. What are we doing? What are we doing over here, bro? Like, on all fronts, what are we doing? Kevin Durant never shoots from that deep. What are you doing, Bron? I mean, there's just zero help coming from anywhere, on top of the fact that Luka Doncic is already an awful defender, right? I think we can all score on Luka. I think I think it's very possible we could all score on Luka. We wouldn't be able to guard him, but I think we can all score on Luka. But that's what where the Lakers are at, right? They, you insert Marcus Smart into the game, who's a defensive guy. He is too small, and especially at this age, he's not the same lockdown defender that he was before. So now you're just adding a player that's just an absolute liability on offense, and is too small for most great offensive players that we have in the league now. And so that's where the Lakers are at this point. Yo, what's good, Derpy? What's good, Derpy? How you doing? Like, listen, man, I get that Buddy is an athlete. I totally get Amen Thompson is. I'm not defending him. I get it.
Players can put up great numbers.
This just looks too easy,
are
dog.
so important to everything that Houston does.
Look, and Rui was already signaling to it, right? You see stepping up. Rui's already stepping up and trying to signal for this. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, man. Everybody that's just coming in, Merry Christmas, y'all. I hope y'all had a great Christmas, by the way, man. Merry Christmas.
Thompson
But
gets
goddamn,
inside.
that's just too easy. It's just there is little to no resistance. They got the resistance mans with no resistance. That's what they got going on in LA. They got resistance mans with no resistance. I didn't even know that was possible. The Lakers are the only team in the NBA that'll be in front of you and you still get by them. Like most teams, it be like guys in really bad spots. They're closing out on the hell, whatever the case may be. The Lakers, from when I watch, are the only team where they will be right in front of you and still you get around them. It's a very odd thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very, very odd thing to watch. Now, I get that they're trying to shove the Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs beef or rivalry down our throat, and they are trying. Boy, I have never seen a league I was going to invite you to watch party stream tomorrow night for the doubleheader of my alumni basketball team for girls and boys against crosstown rivals. Like literally bridge separates our cities. What you mean? Let's react to it? I'm down. Like we'll watch it together. We'll watch party it. What time and where do we watch it? But when you talk about rivalries, bro, I feel like there has to be more than just a couple games, right? When you have teams that have multiple series against each other, the way the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets have, and you have games like this where Jokic records the first 50 plus, 15 plus, 15 plus game. And then on the other side, Anthony Edwards is getting 44 in an overtime game. I mean, this is as good as it gets. Like, genuinely, this is as good as the game gets. And you got to give a lot of credit to both these teams. I feel like they always give a show. Whenever they match up against each other, and I think Jokic loves this matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he loves this matchup. He's always giving this team buckets, bro. Yeah, send me the time and where to watch it. And so I just wanted to highlight the fact that this guy Jokic was giving Julius Randle and listen, man. I was gonna use StreamYard, watch it on Twitch. Girlstar 530 boys says the same score playing. They're currently on vacation in Florida. What is StreamYard? Oh, it's like another OBX. It's like another OBS. It's like another OBS. Where are they streaming the game? Where are they streaming the game? Let me see. DM me the details, Derpy. DM me the details. DM me the details. This ain't really Randall's fault. I can screen share on StreamYard. I wonder if we could just get on a Discord call and you could share it on there. Oh, but then you gotta cast it on your stream. I don't know. Hit my DM. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about this. Hit my DMs. Hit my DMs. We can talk about it. Let's just watch this because this is just not right.
For the Nuggets trailing here in the first quarter.
First of all, your big should never be scoring starting from damn near half court.
For the Nuggets trailing here in the first quarter.
Discord? You Discord, Elijah? Hey, if you try to hop on, let me know.
Joker falling away, got the whistle and the salt.
If you try to hop on, let me know. Anybody else trying to hop on, just let me know.
Are closing in on a division
we can open Discord while we watch Jokic absolutely fry this man, Julius Randle.
Bones Highland has been playing well.
Every bucket on this man, bro.
The record for Minnesota is 26 points coming into this.
Look at this shit. Every bucket on Julius Randle.
Hand on that one going out.
Hop pump fake. Oh my God, this is a disgusting move.
Hand on that one going out.
The pump fake, Hezzy.
Now trying to cover the Joker who gets by him. And the second effort by
Bro.
Jokic. He's got 18
Bro.
in this first quarter. Who wins the
This guy is abso-fucking-lutely wait, Jason, that QB I told you about, he won the award. There's a video I'd like you to see on stream. Send it to me. We'll watch it. We'll watch it later. Send it to me. Send it to me. If you guys really want to get on the Discord, I could get on and I could give you guys the Discord code. But this guy Jokic was frying Julius Randle. This was insane. And I gotta give Anthony Edwards a ton of credit because he just hit that game winner just like a week ago, and then comes back and hits this shot.
Gets it in, turning a three for the tie. Good. Anthony Edwards with 1.1 second to go.
And then proceeded to keep hitting
11 o'clock here in the Mountain Time Zone. 5
in
minutes
overtime
to see if we can decide a winner to close Christmas. Edwards stays hot. 3 minutes to go and a chant of defense here at Ball Arena. But Anthony.
So we just got guys that are just absolutely hooping, right? Just straight hooping, man. But I gotta ask, man, is this guy Jokic the best player in the world? I know we've been on the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander train. I know. Maybe as a prisoner of the moment just because this guy had and I want to say this accurately, right? I'm not trying to bullshit his numbers. 56 to go with 16 rebounds and 15 assists. Oh, and by the way, he also had 2 blocks to go along with all of that. Shot 71.4% from the field, 66.7% from 3. Was 22 of 23 from the free throw line, 95.7%. So send them you can pull it up on stream. It's 3 minutes. Remember, I've been doing that stats for like a long time, seen a lot of things over the span of 20 years. Jay and Wemby are up and coming, exciting player, but Jokic is easily the best player in the world. For sure. Was good, Kobe. Was good. Yeah, this guy, everything just looks so easy for Jokic. And I think the thing about Jokic that's insane is not just him trying to go for 60, 40, 90, right? I think he would be the first player to do that if he shoots 60% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the line. But he just doesn't seem to have a weakness, right? If you put someone faster, more athletic than him, then he could bully ball. He could play bully ball. If you put someone bigger on him, they're probably slower. He could put the ball on the floor, right? If you play drop coverage on him, right, when he's attacking the basket and you're trying to meet him at the rim, he has probably, and no one ever talks about this when it comes to Jokic because he's a big, he probably has the best floater in the entire league. Like that, the floater was a shot that guards had on lock. They dominated that shot. Jokic, I think, right now has the best floater in all of the NBA. Right? If you're even a step or two too far back, he's hitting you with the floater. He can hit the mid-range jump shot. He has a step back at all 3 levels. Right? We've seen him hit step backs at 3. He can hit layups with both hands. He could post up. And we're not even talking about his ability to pass, which frees him up even more. This guy is unbelievable. It looks so easy. He makes it look so easy. Overall, Jokic is the best player in the world for sure, but the thing is, he doesn't have the pieces around him anymore. He has like the starting 3 out of the 5, including himself, but no bench. I think this team is the best he's had in recent memory, and that's with injuries. Remember, Aaron Gordon is out right now. Who else? Christian Brown is out right now. Isn't there someone else out for this team right now? So all of those guys are out. I feel like they could really use Westbrook off the bench like they had last year. Another great trade is he is always available. Facts. He plays every game. Like, he very rarely misses games, and he misses very few games. So not only do you know he's going to get damn near a triple-double, but he is always available. And I think unlike like, I don't know if y'all remember, because LeBron was the triple-double threat, right? LeBron was the triple-double threat. And there was this saying, especially younger LeBron, where if you force him to score and he's not getting his 8 assists, it was better for a lot of teams, right? That was their thinking. We've seen Jokic in so many different scenarios, right? Just that Oklahoma City Thunder series last year, we saw them force him to be a scorer. We saw them force him to be a passer. And that shit still went to 7 games. They literally forced this guy in every scenario possible in a 7-game series. And he still damn near won that series with, let's call it what it is, some main guys on his team underperforming. And I truly think if Jamal Murray keeps playing at the level that he's been playing, they have a really good chance this year. They took that Oklahoma City, damn, why did I turn into Mike Tyson right there? The Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder. They almost beat them with Jamal Murray not being Jamal Murray, right? With some guys underperforming. So if they were to run it back this year, fully healthy, Tim Hardaway could become a really, really crucial point of this team. I think they got a really good chance, man. Cam Johnson's also out 4 to 6 weeks, facts. I would say another great trade is his sense of humor on using his championship earnings, betting on a horse, LMAO. Cat jumping, facts. I think to your point, Derpy, it's got to be really refreshing to have a star MVP, one of the greatest players ever, have his kind of personality. Right, it's gotta be refreshing to have a star player that's not the diva of the team, that don't care about shit. Like, this guy act like a key bench player, not one of the greatest players that we've ever seen. So it's gotta be really refreshing, to your point, Derpy, for his teammates to have that. Dude, AG had 50 points in game 1. Getting him back will be massive for depth. And he's been shooting the shit out the ball the last, 2 years. I don't know what he's done to his jump shot. That has to get studied some more. When Aaron Gordon came in, he could not shoot the jumper. And he has really transformed himself into a very good jump shooter, a real threat. Which just reminded me of something. This shit funny, y'all. Speaking of not being able to shoot. Speaking of not being able to shoot. This was one of the funniest things I've seen all week, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Easy.
Look, he had the whole ocean and he's still Yo, he couldn't even get the fish into water. If this isn't the greatest example of Ben Simmons' inability to shoot, I don't know what is. Yo, absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. All right. Let me pull up this IG video for Derpy before we... Some jokes just write themselves. Facts. Ben Simmons is Dookie. No, that's big facts. Let me go peep this. Sent an attachment. All right. What's this?
Girard High School is...
I better not get no copyright for this shit. Imagine being the idiots that drafted and believed in that guy. He only good on 2K,
no
bro.
stranger to the Big 22. In fact, they've had 2 players earn Big 22 Ohio Player of the Year honors. Quarterback Dan Graziano won it back in 2011. Then Mark Wade rewrote the Indians' record book, winning it back-to-back years in both 2017 and 2018. Among the hundreds in attendance at the Big 22 banquet that year was Girard third grader A.J. Pearson, the coach's son.
Jokic probably single-handedly got a ton of teammates paid more money. Bruce, Jamal, AG, Jeff Green, KCP, all getting paid more money after playing with Jokic. I think you're
7
facts,
years
bro.
later, Pearson would step into the same spotlight. His sophomore season was nothing short of spectacular. Pearson threw for over 3,000 yards with 29 touchdowns through the air, completing more than 71% of his passes. He also rushed for over 1,400 yards and scored 29 times on the ground. And with those stats came wins.
Hey, yo, Derpy, this guy going to college?
Gerard finished the regular season undefeated for the first time since 2009 and clinched their first ever Northeast 8 conference title. Following the season, head coach Pat Pearson went through
Jeff Green and KCP absolutely don't belong on the list. They got paid before, during, and after.
some of those postseason.
Actually, KCP left to go. I mean, I guess he got paid off of that stint.
Season honors and awards with the team, including
He's only a
Gerard's
sophomore.
history with the Big 22.
2017 and 18, Marky Wade, Big 22, Player of the Year.
Athletic director Nick Cochran then quietly approached with our Player of the Year trophy in hand, while Coach Pearson made the announcement that his son would be the next in line.
And now, proud to announce the 2025 Big 22 Player of the Year, AJ Pearson.
Honestly, this one means the most to me. Growing up, I mean, being in the banquet room and seeing Marky win 2 of those, it means a lot to me.
It's super cool. I mean, as a parent, as a coach, as a Gerard kid, I mean,
congrats.
AJ's had this
Congrats to this
experience
kid.
all the way through. He came to every banquet with us, and I'm really happy for him. I'm proud of our team and our community and our boys. A very excited coach and a very proud dad.
Love you, buddy. I mean, this was a tough group of Jordanians going.
Hey, that's gotta be like that's gotta be refreshing to have a father-son in a coaching player role, and it's not a son that fucking sucks, right? That's gotta be refreshing. I feel like we always see it the opposite way, where the coach keep putting the son in, the son's dog shit. We don't ever see it the other way, where the son is him, right? We don't ever see it the other way, so this gotta be refreshing.
Out there every Friday, playing their hearts off, doing anything just for one more Monday.
And how about next year?
Next year we got a lot more to go.
It was a great year and it was a great season, and proud of him and proud of this group. But we got a lot left we want to accomplish, and he has a lot left he wants to accomplish. And he's got some good mentors in Nick Cochran and Mark Wade that have been there before and done those things. And those guys are in his corner and talk to him. And I think that he knows that there's bigger and better things that he wants to move on to as he
AJ
continues
Pierce
through
is
his
raw,
career.
Jared is sweet.
Gerard High School.
W. Can we get some W's? Can we get some W's for Gerard and what's the kid's name again? AJ Pearson. W. Our coach actually became the winningest coach at our program this year. Fire. It looks like you guys are on the up and up. That's W's. That's big W's, bro. Big W's. AJ Pearson. There you go. AJ Pearson. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Great season. Great season out of AJ Pearson. Now, that was a nice little heartwarming. Little intermission that we had. Derpy, send your coach resume to Penn State. Oh my God. Now, let's get into this rivalry that they have been trying to shove down our throats for the last 3 weeks or so, which is the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hey, that's fire as hell, man. Funny story. So, it looks like the San Antonio Spurs are really on the rise. They took this game 117 to 102 to hand the Oklahoma City Thunder their 5th loss. Right? 3 out of those 5 losses are coming at the hands of the San Antonio Spurs. And it's really the same story. right? It's the same story. It's the guards, right? The guard play of the San Antonio Spurs are simply outplaying the guards of the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's really it's that simple. Wemby had a good game. He had 19 and 11. He wasn't a massive impact the way that he was during that Cup game, for example. It was really De'Aaron Fox that was dominant in this game, and again, the guards were very, very good. We alumni at O-line coach for Pittsburgh Steelers, another guy strength coach for the Patriots. Fire. That's fire. But what I really wanted to point out in this game is the way that they defended Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in particular with Alex Caruso on the floor, because up until now, Alex Caruso, whenever he steps on the floor for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's a positive, right? Every time I've seen Alex Caruso on the basketball floor, he makes good winning basketball plays, whether that's on the defensive end or on the offensive end. And what we saw in this game was a Spurs team that really took advantage of the minutes that Caruso gets on this team and the fact that he's not really a great shooter, right? And I don't think that's a secret. I'm trying to pull up how much, what percent Caruso shoots from the field. He shoots 32.3%. He's averaging 18 minutes a game. So I think it will go a very long way. He has a 9.8 plus minus. If you can try to negate what Alex Caruso can do when he's in the basketball game. And one way to do that, which is what the San Antonio Spurs showed, is to make him a shooter.
And is the #1 sports book for live betting. Use promo code SPLASH when you sign up.
That's
Going
one.
for the offensive rebound against OKC. He was fantastic.
Look at how far off they are on Caruso to not allow this shot out of
against the
Shai.
Thunder in that game. Boy, what a dime drop by Gilgeous-Alexander. But Chet Holmgren just had a great block out.
Again.
And Victor Wembanyama on that missed free throw.
So
another spray to the ring. Just had a
by Wemby being your low man, right, in this scenario, it doesn't really matter who sets the pick, right? Because any big or any roller Wemby can contest. But now he can also sag all the way off of Caruso and be the ultimate paint help.
great block out on Victor Wembanyama.
And we're seeing it.
Another spray to the ring and another miss by Caruso off a great feed. And it really, I thought, took the heart from Oklahoma City in that game.
And then what ends up
Caruso
happening,
quickly 0 for 3 from, that's what allowed the offensive board.
what ends up happening when you are shooting this poorly from the three-point line, if you're Alex Caruso, is one, you start feeling like you got to make a play, right? But two, you also get in your head when you say, I can really help alleviate this offense if I can just make one or two of these. If I make my next one, it'll really open up the floor a little bit for these guys. And none of them went down. And to be 100% honest, right? Those are wide open threes, right? He ended up going 2 for 12 from the three-point line for this game. But you add a couple, 2, 3, 4 open threes, he ends up being 5 or 6 from 12 very quickly because those are open shots, right? And on any given night, these are NBA players. That is possible. Not likely, but it's possible. And I think if you're the Spurs, you're just kind of banking on him not shooting great. Wemby chronically overhelped. That's got to be their scheme. Well, their scheme was to... I think they understood that Caruso was going to be the corner guy, and instead of putting another guard or a wing on him, because look at this position, right? Look at this position right here, Elijah, right? They need to start following him to the basket for a short floater off the glass dunk for taller guys. That sounds nice. It's just not the case. Like, realistically, if this were any other player not named Victor Wembanyama, Alex Caruso would backcut this, right? Shea would like, he would try to delay this a little bit, force this guy to come up, and now you're reading if you're Dylan Harper. Do you come help? Do you stay for this, right? And Alex Caruso would be able to eat this up, get a dunk, get a layup, get a little floater. But because it's Wemby, it completely negates that, and the only thing that frees it up would be Alex Caruso hitting a three. And that was the position that they put him in all night, and he just could not hit those shots time and again. And I gotta say, it was a good game plan if you are the San Antonio Spurs, because we've seen them kind of beat these guys in different scenarios, right? We've saw the guards really getting after it on defense, turning Caruso over, turning Cason Wallace over, turning over all of these other guards, right? And really attacking them, getting downhill. And in this game, we saw them try to make Alex Caruso a shooter. I think little by little, you're seeing some of the flaws in the armor, some of the chinks in the armor of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I hope other teams are taking notes. Now, the question is, are these guys a true kryptonite for the Oklahoma City Thunder? And my answer is yes. My answer is yes, because De'Aaron Fox is De'Aaron Fox. Stephon Castle is Stephon Castle. Dylan Harper is Dylan Harper. Devin Vassell is Devin Vassell. Like, these guys, for the last 3 games, have done a really good job of neutralizing and countering the guards of the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's just point blank, period. And realistically, who else did they lose to? Are you talking about OKC? I could check that for you. And realistically, right, if stats per game, general splits, opponent here. Matchups. What the fuck is this? All right. Just look at this. Castle nicer than my 3rd grade teacher. I'm fucking dead. All right, here it is. That was preseason. They lost to Portland in Portland, November 5. They lost to the Spurs December 13. They lost to Minnesota. And then they lost back-to-back games to the Spurs. Oh, no. Yeah, they lost. And now they've lost back-to-back games to the Spurs. Yeah, December 23rd and December 25th. So Spurs, Minnesota, and Portland are the only teams that they have lost to in this season. They also lost to the Dallas Mavericks in preseason and the Indiana Pacers. So I think what we're seeing, and if you are if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, right, like, how do you adjust to this moving forward? And to get that answer, we'll take a look at their star player, the MVP of the league. What Shai Gilgeous-Alexander have to say?
Like, they know how to play. They have talent. They play the right way. They play together.
Yeah, when you mix those things together for any basketball team, you win games, and whether you make shots or miss shots, you win games. And obviously tonight they shot the ball well, but they've beaten us 3 times in a row, so you can't use that as an excuse. They've been better than us 3 times now, so we gotta look in the mirror and figure it out.
Shea, have you gotten a sense of how much this matchup seems to have meant to the Spurs to play against you guys and take you down?
Yeah, for sure, but that's everybody. Everybody picks up a basketball and wants to win, and they're gonna test themselves against us. Now the Spurs have passed the test 3 times in a row. That's what it's been.
Yo, he said the Spurs have passed the test 3 times in a row. Hey, man, who the fuck does this guy think he is, man? Out here trying to aura farm. They passed the test. We're the test, motherfucker. Poor sneaky little guys. They get cheeky wins like that. Facts. Good response from Shea. I will say, Wemby hates these guys. Let's just get that out the way. I think Wemby hates these guys. Wemby hates Chet. He hates these guys. And I gotta admit, I don't think the Spurs beat them in a 7-game series. But if you can get your guards to play that way against the Oklahoma City guards, and then Wemby can be the difference maker and kind of put you guys over the top, assuming he's healthy for the playoffs, I think that is a situation that you would want to be in if you're the San Antonio Spurs. Now, if you are the Oklahoma City Thunder, I think they will adjust. I think that they're going to have to figure out De'Aaron Fox. I think they're going to have to figure out De'Aaron Fox. His ability to be the point of attack against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's shown an ability to just really get by everybody, if I'm being 100% honest. Like, he has really shown it almost doesn't matter who's on him. And I don't know if it's got to be Lou Dort. I don't know if you want to start, he was Jayson Wallace in stretches, I know can do pretty good against him. Like, I don't know what necessarily the answer is, or if their game plan has to be, all right, let's just give him space and try to force him to be a jump shooter. But I think what De'Aaron Fox does very well is when you do back off of him and give him space, he can, 1, hit the shot, but 2, he's shown an ability to eat up that space and get into the paint. And with his quickness and his speed, you don't want to give that guy a running start towards the rim, right? You don't want to give that guy with that quickness a running start towards the free throw line, because by the time he gets there with a head of steam, it's basically over, right? And after you're done dealing with him, Dylan Harper comes off the benches trying to attack you guys. You have Stephon Castle doing what he's doing. It's just a real mix for a team that can really challenge these guys if you're the Spurs. So, I think OKC, they're going to have to start picking up damn near full court. If I'm them, you try to eat up some clock, try to force these guys into their offense. Late into the shot clock. Excuse me. If De'Aaron Fox is getting into his pick and rolls at like the 14 second mark, I think that's a positive for you for your team if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Because if you're letting him just comfortably get up court, you're not turning him multiple times. He gets comfortably into a high pick and roll action. What time to operate? That's just not a good scenario. I don't think Lou Dort has enough of a foot speed against him. I think you'll probably have to put like Jayson Wallace full court against him. I don't think this team, when I'm talking about this team, I'm talking about the Spurs, they don't really have bigs outside of Wemby that are a major threat. So I think you could even put a little bit of Jalen Williams, right? If you want to put J-Dub on him, I think foot speed wise, De'Aaron Fox is too fast for Lou Dort. Maybe Jalen Williams can turn him a couple of times in a press. Kaysen Wallace, full court pressing him, turn him a couple times. That would be my strategy. And then try to force him into actions, right? Get him on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I also say Stephon Castle, I thought did a very good job of competing against Shai defensively. I mean, they held the MVP to 22 points, I think, right? Yeah, 22 points on 7 of 19 shooting. Cornette is oh yes, I did forget. Luke Cornette is very good. That keeps defense humble. What I see. No, that's facts. But I think I'm talking more so like when I'm picturing their starting lineup, right? Their starting lineup, Wemby and Cornette are probably not going to be together, right? It's probably going to be Wemby and Harrison Barnes. So in that lineup, I think I don't think you need Jalen Williams to stick Harrison Barnes. I think you can use another player to guard him. I think you can use Kaysen Wallace. You can use Jalen Williams to pick up De'Aaron Fox full court and try to tire him out and force them to get into their offense a little bit later. But that's just my 2 cents. That's what I think they should do. Now, we got one more game, y'all. We got one more game, y'all. We're almost there. We got one more game. And of course, we saved the best for last, baby. Of course, we saved the best for last. And that's where my New York Knicks get the victory against the Cleveland Cavaliers, 126-124. We were down 17 with like 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And we come back and get this victory. And again, you know, almost like the NBA Cup championship. Mitchell Robinson came up big for us again.
Clarkson wide open, can't hit. Robinson the O-board. Bridges, no. Robinson again.
This guy is just an offensive rebounding machine. I mean, he had 8 rebounds in the fourth quarter.
On the drive, the nuzzle, the floater short. Robinson, another O-board. Robinson already with 7 rebounds in the quarter. Clarkson, not that time. Guess who? Robinson. Kolick.
Bang! So you gotta love what Mitchell Robinson is able to do in short spurts. There are some people that say, oh, he could, you know, you gotta play him longer. Listen, bro, he be looking exhausted for the 5 minutes that he be out there. I don't think he could play another 5 on top of the 5 he's already playing, if I'm just being honest. But you couple that with
it's the feel of the game, the momentum was switching.
These shots that Jalen Brunson hits.
Brunson.
I mean,
20 points, 10 assists for Garland. Brunson the pull-up. You bet.
Oh my God. And really, where is this shot? You know, the thing about Mike Brown versus Tom Thibodeau is you get players like Tyler Kolick minutes who otherwise would not get minutes.
Robinson already with 7 rebounds in the quarter. Clarkson.
This is the missed 3. Yeah, missed shot into this 3.
Kolick again.
Into a big shot, and then you get another one.
To secure that defensive glass. Kolick, a deep one. True.
And he misses this next shot.
Kolek.
But it just shows the confidence that the team has in him, the coach has in him
One of the
to
heroes of the day.
wave
Shot
off
clock at
Jalen
5.
Brunson.
Kolek on the drive, the fade, can't hit. Towns storms in for the putback.
Who has better plot armor, Jalen Brunson or Batman? Well, we ain't won shit yet, so it can't be Jalen Brunson. It can't be Jalen Brunson. He comes up so big, he has to be in the movie, right? Yeah, Jalen Brunson does seem to hit every big shot. But I think we found our TJ McConnell. Y'all know I love TJ. What he brings to the game, the effort. We may have found our TJ McConnell in Tyler Kolek. You know, the white boys are definitely back in the NBA, and he's hooping. Like this guy is fucking hooping. And I got to give a lot of credit, honestly, to Jalen Brunson, because I think Jalen Brunson's leadership and the way he plays basketball really promotes other guys to perform, even though he can go off and give you 44, 48, 30, whatever he can. Like, Jalen Brunson is really good at basketball. But I think just his approach to the game gives confidence to other players and the team, and it allows a player like this to come out of nowhere, it seems like, right? And really, really hoop. And, you know, when you have a coach that's also giving you the freedom and just letting you do you get situations like this. And then I gotta shout out, Jordan Clarkson has been incredible. This guy has been hooping lately. And so I gotta give everybody credit, man. These guys are firing on all cylinders right now. If I'm being totally honest, these guys are really firing on all cylinders. How many? He had 25, 10, 10, 9, then 18 right before that. In the last 5 games. So this guy Jordan Clarkson has been hooping. He was really hooping on Christmas. I think we're gonna really need him down the stretch and in the playoffs, because we need some scoring off the bench, and he can really provide that. But yeah, another game out of Cat where, I mean, 13 shots is much better than the other game when he had 5 shot attempts, but I don't know what's up with him. If, again, we get random games like this out of Karl Anthony Towns, and he needs to be right there with Jalen Brunson getting the 25s and the 26s. Like, they need to be right there, right? We called this simple math earlier. Sometimes you just need someone to plug in, right? Just enough points, rebounds, assists, all of that stuff to help you win a basketball game. Sometimes that's all it comes down to. It's very simple sometimes. And if your second best player is getting 11 points, you know, that's not great. He had 14 rebounds, so I want to give him credit for that. 14 rebounds, 2 steals. So he was getting after it on the boards, and he's a very good rebounder. But we need you to go get some buckets, Cat. And I think, again, this is my 2 cents. If he could stop on 2 feet the way Jalen Brunson does, he can get to his floater bag in the middle of the lane. He can stop, shoulder, and into fadeaways. Cat has a solid fadeaway. Too many times he's trying to get to the 1-2 step. And it puts him in a position where he has to go up and shoot the basketball or put up a wild shot, right? If he can dribble into a jump stop, a 2-foot jump stop, now he could pick up his pivot. He could pass the ball. He could shoot. It gives him so much freedom rather than trying to get into the lane 1-2 and now you're stuck there, right? But I think that would help out Cat a lot. But hey, listen, another big win for the New York Knicks. I do think winning is a habit, right? Winning is a habit. And finding ways, different ways to win basketball games builds experience, builds good habits, and it just builds toughness for a team, right? You know, in any situation, you can pull off a victory. And that's what I think the New York Knicks are building right now. I don't know if they're a championship team quite yet, but I definitely think they have the building blocks to get there. We have a captain that's as good at basketball as anyone in the league. Karl Anthony Towns is a hell of a basketball player also. And we have a roster full of talent. So if you're the New York Knicks, man, that's something to be happy about, something to be proud about, because I think we you know, we're going to be competing. And at the end of the day, if you're a fan, that's all you could ask for, right? You just want your team to compete. And that's something that I think we're going to do. But
so not only do we
I think we knocked everything, bro. I think we hit everything. I think we just hit everything when it comes to the Christmas recap, man. And if you've stayed here and if you are still here, I appreciate you guys so much, man. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As always, Elijah, you are the GOAT. You already know that, my boy. You're the GOAT. Derpy, I appreciate you so much. What? Can we talk about raps? Who? Shout out Eli. Kobe was in here. Shout out to you. Derpy was in here. I think I already said that. Brucey was in here. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all the GOATs. Are you saying raps poor drafting? Is that what you're trying to say? What games we got going on right now? Oh shit, the Hawks are getting smacked. Belt to ass in Atlanta. Oh shit, the Hornets about to beat Orlando. All right, what's the poor drafting? What's the poor what's the poor draft choices, Elijah? Tell me. You the GOAT, Jay. I appreciate you, Eli. I appreciate you, man. Boston is up against Indiana. Philly is up against Chicago right now. Memphis is up against Milwaukee. Phoenix is beating the Pelicans right now, and then we have the Pistons Jazz coming up and the Clippers Trailblazers. What's the poor drafting? Let's talk about it, bro. Who got drafted poorly? Listen, man. Listen. Y'all got your chip. Y'all got your chip, Elijah. Y'all got the chip. You got the one Raptors chip. Y'all gonna have to live off that for the next 40 fucking years. That's how it's gonna go. Y'all gonna have to live off that one chip for the next 35 years, bro. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Look, this guy want to talk about poor drafting and then don't want to respond. Let me see. Anything, Elijah? Bro, what's this guy on about? All right, we gonna table that. I'm gonna get my weekend started, man. Thank you guys so much. I hope y'all had a great Christmas. Enjoy this weekend. I appreciate y'all, man. We need a big for years, then draft. We need a big for years, then draft the wings. Who did? Yo. No, I don't know if you just delaying, if it's just delayed, if you thinking about what you got to say. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Here, let's see. Let's look at their draft picks. Uh, 25, 24, first round, 19th pick, 9th pick. Scotty Barnes in 2021. Delano Benton, your favorite player of all time. OG in 2017. Siakam 2016. It takes him a minute to think Jay don't mind him. You know, clearly. DeRozan 09. I mean, are we really blaming draft picks? We should have got Kyle Filipowski. He was a summer league MVP and playing well. We got a D-League guy. All right, I'm gonna keep this all the way a buck with you, bro. Who were the key players on your Raptors team? Who are the key players on your Raptors team when y'all won the championship? Right? It was Kawhi Leonard, right? It was Kyle Lowry, right? It was Serge Ibaka, right? It was Fred VanVleet, right? He was on that team, right? Right? Those were the key players on that championship team, right? Were any of those players drafted there? I think you're looking at it in a way where you guys have never been an organization that drafted well. Like, everyone is not the Oklahoma City Thunder or the San Antonio Spurs when it comes to this drafting shit. I think about it, right? Y'all got Brandon Ingram. Y'all traded for what the fuck, the guy that used to be on the Knicks. Why am I blanking right now? The lefty. Why am I blanking, bro? RJ. RJ, right? You guys got RJ from the Knicks. Like, your path to victory, if you are the Toronto Raptors, is to sign and trade for these players. Realistically. You guys don't have this track record of being some unbelievable scouts, or you guys are drafting savants. That's just not what y'all do. So I think, could y'all draft better? Yeah, a majority of these teams could draft better. I think majority of teams are shit at drafting, including the Knicks. But I think y'all gotta keep just cycling through players and getting and trading and signing players. I think that's y'all way to go get better. Scotty, BI, and RJ is a fantastic starting trio. Get a real, true starting point guard. And the Raptors look entirely different, in my opinion. Obviously, Kawhi is better than Fred, but they might be missing Fred. 100%. We already got BI, RJ, Ochi quickly. Also, I feel like, just a random thought. I don't know if this works necessarily. Who would you rather have right now, Elijah? Like, to fit that team? Domantas Sabonis or Daniel Gafford? RC in this day, how long you been on tonight, bro? How was your Christmas? We've been on for a good hour and a half right now, hour 36. My Christmas was great, man. How about yours? We was just chilling. How's your Christmas, man? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, RC. I hope everything was great for you, man. Yeah, who'd you rather have, Elijah? What do y'all think? Who do you guys think would fit the current Toronto Raptors better? Daniel Gafford or Daniel Gafford? I would say Gafford also. I think he's a lob threat, defense. Sabonis, if money is not an issue though, that is possible. But I think some of those bigs, we got to watch where some of these bigs go to. Right, Sabonis, if someone can grab Derek Lively at some point, if someone can grab Daniel Gafford, Jared Allen, I think some of these bigs could really, really help out a roster. So I think it's something we really got to monitor and watch going into the end of the year. If any of these guys can get moved to a contender, or if they can help a team kind of get over the hump and become a contender. I think some of these names, Gafford, Sabonis, Jared Allen, Derek Lively. Derek Lively's injured, right? I believe he's still injured, right? Oh, okay, so yeah, Derek Lively has season-ending injury. So okay, I thought I remember that. But yeah, I think some of these bigs could be a really big help for one of these rosters. We just gotta wait and see how the chips kind of fall out. But I think Sabonis is gonna be a big commodity. Lauri Markkanen. Would y'all give up to get Lauri Markkanen? What you think, Elijah? What would y'all give up to get like a Lauri Markkanen? But he does so much of the same thing that like BI and them could do. He's just 30 right now. He's just good for 30, 40 right now. Is the real thing. Yeah, it really does depend. But yeah, I definitely do think there's some bigs over here that we got to watch out. Anthony Edwards is injured, so we don't know how long they're gonna try to keep him in Dallas. Maybe in a different scenario he could be helpful, but to be honest, he doesn't play enough. So some things to monitor. I think that's a good point to bring up though, because the bigs in the NBA, if you're gonna compete right now, right? If you're gonna compete, you got to think about on the West, you're dealing with Wemby, you're dealing with Jokic. In the East, right, you're dealing with a Mitchell Robinson off the bench. Like there's still some bigs that could really give you some problems in this league if you're not prepared for it. So probably not. I'm tired of our organization getting the same type of players. That's facts. That is facts. That is facts. But again, I think most teams don't do a good job of drafting. I think most teams just be bullshitting with the draft. We should have got Queen or Filipowski. Queen could be really cool for you guys, man. Derek Queen could have been really nice. He could have been real nice for you guys. I think that's my cue, y'all. Thank you guys so much, man, for hanging out with me as usual. Y'all are the GOATs. Y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you guys so much. Before I get out of here, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Have a great rest of y'all weekend, man. Have fun. Have a good time. Get work done. Whatever it is y'all trying to do, man. Have a great one. Merry Christmas. Elijah, you're the GOAT. Eli, you're the GOAT. RC, you're the GOAT. Happy holidays to everybody. Kobe, you're the GOAT. Derpy, you're the GOAT. Bruce, you're the GOAT. Everybody, man. Catherine Malachi Flynn, straight up. Peace. Y'all the best, man. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Peace.